Please help me to reach 1,000 subscribers. I wasn't supposed to be home that early. That's the detail that keeps replaying in my head. The accident of timing, the one wrong turn on an ordinary Tuesday that cracked my life in half. I remember standing in the hallway, my keys still warm in my palm, when I heard my wife's voice float out of the bedroom. She was laughing low and intimate. Not the polite laugh she used with neighbors or coworkers. The one she used only with me. Or so I thought. "Don't worry," she said softly. "He won't be back for at least another hour." I stood frozen, my heart stuttering like it had missed a step. At first, I did what most people do when reality starts to tilt. I tried to explain it away. Maybe she was on a work call. Maybe it was a podcast playing. Maybe I was tired and mishearing things. I took a step closer, each footfall heavy, like my body knew something my mind was still refusing to accept. Then I heard his voice. Not loud, not dramatic, just familiar enough to hurt. A man's voice, comfortable in my house, responding the way someone does when they've said these things before. That was the moment something inside me went quiet. For weeks before that day, there had been small things. Missed calls she brushed off with, "Sorry, my phone was on silent." Messages she tilted away from me just a fraction too late. A new habit of showering as soon as she got home, as if she needed to wash the day off before facing me. None of it was proof, just dust. And I kept telling myself not to build a storm out of dust. Because love teaches you to doubt yourself before you doubt the person you chose. I didn't storm into the room. I didn't shout or demand answers. I stood there listening to pieces of a conversation I was never meant to hear. Plans half made. Jokes with history behind them. Her voice softening in ways it hadn't with me in months. When I finally stepped into the doorway, the room fell silent. She looked at me like someone caught mid-sentence in a language they didn't want translated. "Why are you home?" she asked. Not "what are you doing here?" Not "how long have you been standing there?" Just "why are you home?" That question told me everything. The days after blur together in my memory like rain on glass. I remember finding the messages later that night, my hands shaking as I scrolled. Nothing graphic. Nothing obvious enough to show to a judge or a friend. Just affection. Familiarity. 1,000 tiny betrayals that added up to one unbearable truth. When I confronted her, she didn't deny it. She cried. She said it just happened. That it didn't mean what I thought it meant. That she still loved me. I believed she believed that. That was the hardest part, realizing she wasn't a villain. She was human. Lonely. Careless. And capable of breaking me without ever meaning to. Memories started changing color after that. Our vacations felt staged. Our inside jokes felt borrowed. Even quiet evenings on the couch felt like rehearsals for a life she'd already started imagining without me. I tried to stay. I really did. I told myself love was stronger than pride, that forgiveness was noble. But every time she smiled at her phone, my chest tightened. Every "I'm working late" sounded like a lie, even when it wasn't. Trust, once fractured, doesn't shatter all at once. It crumbles every time you step on it. The turning point came one night when she reached for my hand in bed. I felt nothing. No anger. No warmth. Just a hollow understanding. I realized then that staying wasn't strength, it was slow self-erasure. So I left. I didn't pack everything. Just enough to remind myself I still existed outside that house. I didn't make a speech. I didn't ask her to chase me. I walked out quietly, the way you leave a place that no longer knows your name. She texted me once. "Can we talk?" I never replied. Not because I hated her, but because I finally loved myself enough to stop listening to explanations that came too late. Some betrayals don't end with closure or apologies. They end with silence, distance, and the hard work of rebuilding a life that no longer includes the person you trusted most. I never came back. And as painful as that goodbye was, it was the first honest thing I'd done for myself in a long time.